What is up, guys? Welcome to the Deviant Gentlemen podcast. My name is Shane Vitko, alongside my co-host, Mr. Tommy Vext.
What's up, kids? How are we doing? Uncle Tommy here once again.
Almost deputized, soon to be.
Soon to be deputized.
We have a special guest, Miss.
Candace.
Do you not know my name?
I do. I was going to let you give you a proper thing.
Oh, okay. Thank you. You invited me here and you don't even know my
You
name.
have two names.
Miss Candace
Marino,
LA
but
facial lady.
also known as
The LA facialist.
PKA, the LA facialist, facialist to the stars.
Wait, what's PKA?
Dude, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
How did I not know that?
Wait, so it's Candace what?
Marino.
I knew that.
Okay.
When you have PKA is like in contracts when you have like your real name, but you also have like a celebrity
alias?
name and
Like
alias,
me, like I got a new one now.
Yeah,
a new
you
stage
have a
name.
PKA. Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
See
dude.
that? All right.
All right, now I learned some shit.
Yeah.
Me too. Thanks.
See, educating.
And that's pretty much what you're known as is the LA facialist, right?
Correct.
So,
Now, I've given a few celebrities a facial,
hey,
but you have worked with Hollywood's elite. We can't say who, though, because of confidentiality reasons.
really?
Yeah.
What? There's HIPAA to facials?
You know, I just don't want to be that person that uses another person's name to get my own success. So
right.
some people talk about me in the public, and then everybody else I don't mention.
See, that's like anywhere I go, I'm like, hi, Shane Vitko, friends with Tommy Vext, everywhere.
Yeah.
Does it get you
And
anything?
no one knows who that is. They're like, who? They're like the marker guy. They're like, oh, shit.
Yeah. I go,
Marker
I'm good
guy.
friends with
Or
the marker
the
guy. and they're
zombie
like-
guy.
They go, oh, fuck, what can we get you? So are you from, where are you from?
I'm originally from up near Rochester, New York, like middle of
Oh,
nowhere.
upstate, huh?
Way
Cold.
up. Way up.
Cold.
Very cold.
Rochester.
I'm from, it's called Hornell, not to be confused with Cornell. It's with an H.
Right.
Hornell, New York, grew up in Connecticut. And then my family moved out west when I was like 14. So went to high school out here in
Where at?
Temecula. I don't know if you know where that is.
That's like on the way to San Diego, right?
Yep, off the 15.
Yeah.
It's like
So,
wine
wine
country.
country.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
Yeah.
all become Californians slowly.
Yeah.
Like everyone's like, yeah, they take the 5
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
10 to the 15 to the.
You got to mention the freeway.
Yes.
So off the 15 and then kind of jumped around for the last 15 years. I've been in LA, Boston for a long time.
Whoop.
Go Sox.
You know what I mean?
Not that baseball's really happening right now.
Wow. So just ignore the Yankees. Okay.
But
You know
sorry.
what?
I know. You know, my family hates me because I'm from New York, but I'm Boston through and through for all
Really?
sports.
That's
yeah. They're like,
amazing.
"You're a
We
traitor."
love when
like
we can
that.
fucking
Yeah.
inherit New
The
Yorkers and
funny
flip
thing
them.
the funny thing to me is that like I'm a Yankee fan by birth, right?
Right.
Like my
That's-
family
yeah.
is Yankee and Giants,
Yeah.
and like that.
You don't have a choice.
But it's so weird to me because as a kid we're like, girl, fuck Boston,
Right.
And then you go to Boston and you're like,
this place is kind of cool.
yo, these people are literally the same as
Right,
we are.
right.
Yeah.
Like, what the
Right.
fuck is the difference? If you go around the entire world, the two places where people are inherently the same
Is
is
Boston, New
Boston and New
Yeah.
York City. You're like,
I know.
what is this?
It's just a fucking whose dick is bigger contest. Just like we're the craziest, we're the drunkest,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
the
yeah,
you know.
that's
So
like-
it's like the one upping. It's like one upping each other
That
instead of
makes
just
sense.
being like, hey, we're But I feel like when we were talking about the hardcore scene before, is like the Boston, New York, that unity there
that
was
like
pretty
like
tight.
A melting
you know?
pot of hardcore.
You gotta love the allegiance, though. Like Boston and New York, and even like Chicago. Those cities, they're like so obsessed with their teams. They back them. They're all in. Out here, everybody's wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Well, except the Raiders fans.
Yeah.
Okay, no,
It
but I'm
doesn't
talking
matter
LA.
where the Raiders go.
You're right.
It doesn't matter what they do, and it doesn't matter how much they lose. No one gives a fuck. People are like
They
the
back 'em.
Raiders.
But aren't the Dodger fans like that too? Aren't they a little bit fucking
Yeah,
nuts?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
Like-
definitely
I've gone
know
to
Raiders.
I've gone to some Dodger games. I think people love the Dodgers, but I don't really. Nobody in LA who's a Dodger fan, like, I think would kill somebody
Right. It's
not
over a
the same.
baseball
Yeah,
game, except
Yeah.
the Cholos.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And like
Raiders
that's
fans
it,
will
yeah.
kill you for
Yeah,
sure.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they'll
out
just
here,
they'll stick you
if
up.
you go to a sporting event, you're taking an Instagram picture to be like, I was there.
Right.
Like if you're in Boston or New York, like you're
Yeah,
zoned in,
yeah.
you're watching, and you're a part of the
Yeah.
thing.
But
Out
I
here, it's
I
like,
think too the thing with Boston is that even though it's fuck Boston, fuck New York, there's still a level of respect for knowing like you know, it's two kings. So it's respecting another king, but also I love my army, you love your army kind of thing, you know.
Well,
so
the history between, what is it? It's like, isn't there like a Babe Ruth curse, or is that the Cubs?
yeah, no, that was Babe Ruth.
As
soon as
there's
we,
like a long history.
yeah,
of like,
it was the fucking, we ended the 80-year curse when we won, and we hadn't won since we got rid of Babe Ruth in, I don't know, 19, whatever the fuck. Long time ago when there was fucking horse and carriage. So what did you do in Boston? The same shit?
Same thing. Yeah. I moved up there when I was like 20. Like I got my esthetician's license here in California, and then I was like, I got to get out of here. I want to go.
All right, but let's back up. At what age were you like, I'm going to be a model?
Oh, stop it.
How old?
No, that's
never?
not a thing.
You moved to LA and never went, I'm going to be an actor or a model? Don't you fucking lie to me.
Okay. Full disclosure, I did some
exactly.
stuff as a child.
You're like 5'11" and just
I'm
all
5'10".
5'10" and
5'10".
like all
Nah,
legs and gorgeous with immaculate skin. Like, oh yeah, no, oh, never modeling.
I'm just
like,
going to
It
fucking,
wasn't anything I took seriously. Like
I'm going to work for State Farm.
No, I always knew I wanted to do skin. I dabbled in some modeling stuff like younger. I was in like a couple commercials
Just
when I was a kid.
NBD.
Like when I was like
Shane's
in middle
been in
school.
a couple of commercials too.
Yeah. So
Really?
famous. One, I don't know
What?
that it aired for Squarespace.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
like
used to use them, and then I switched to Shopify.
Yeah, that's I use Shopify also. But
Are we using Shopify?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't
You
even
have
know. He
to
knows.
for
He's got the-
e-commerce.
yeah,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I actually I got hats on the way too. The ones that you and I have.
The
I
new
put
hats?
Yeah, so I got that.
I wore
Is
one
there
in
a
the
hat
music
for me?
video
I want a
yesterday.
hat.
I will
get
get
you
you
a
one. I will get you one for sure.
So not modeling and into cosmetology. Is that the correct term?
I mean, it's kind of. It's
Esthetician?
esthetician. It's more skin focused. Cosmetologists do hair, nails, the whole thing. I
Okay,
just do
see.
skin. But I like to eat. Like I don't want to be a model. Like it sounds like a horrible life.
You like food?
I love food.
What's your favorite kind of food?
I like everything. I'm a foodie.
Okay,
I eat it all.
What's a bad food to eat? What food is the most delicious but the worst for a person's skin?
Dairy.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Dairy is horrible. I
Really?
mean, think about
So
like
ice
the
cream I gotta
hormones that are
cut out?
pumped into
Jesus
cows. Like ice cream. No. Listen, here's the thing. Like, if I have somebody coming to me and they have like horrible acne, I'm like, bro, you gotta let's chill out with the
lay
with
off
the
the
dairy
milk
and
popsicles.
Exactly.
What about pizza?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best for you, but
So it's not really
makes so
greasy
much
food
sense.
that's making your skin.
it
Greasy.
can. I mean, listen, it's case by case. If I have somebody that comes in and they have a horrible situation going on, and then I dive into their lifestyle and their diet, and they eat like shit, like of course it's gonna relate. But
They fall asleep on the Domino's box open.
exactly, that's a
Oh
problem.
my god!
But like, I eat whatever I
I
want.
got a couple of band members that do that. I'm not gonna blow them up. Their skin's immaculate though. It's weird.
Okay,
It's just
well
a
then
genetic
they're
thing.
just genetically gifted.
Yeah.
But like, if you have a good lifestyle and you take care of yourself, like overall, you can have bad food here and there, and it's not going to impact you.
What can we teach? Okay, so one of the things that I posted a picture. You gave me a facial like
Yep.
a month or two ago.
Thank God it was shirtless.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, it was
looked good,
hot.
right?
It was
Got a
hot.
lot
There
of
was no
likes.
AC in there. And women
Wait,
have
full
asked me,
disclosure.
how do I get my boyfriend to take care of his
Okay.
skin?
Let's just back up.
Okay.
Let's just let everybody know that we did your facial when I was allowed to treat people because
Oh,
I'm not
yeah,
allowed
yeah.
to work.
It wasn't
So
a-
let's
And
just
why
say
is
that
that?
because
Why
I
are
had
you not
people
allowed
trying
to
to get
work?
me in trouble. Because Gavin Newsom, bro,
Oh.
he
I
has
got-
shut down all services for barbers, hairstylists, nails, skin, all of it, massage. However, he just came out with a statement about a month ago saying you can operate outside. So tell me, Gavin Newsom, are walls the problem? Like, it's okay to have a treatment one-on-one with somebody, but not between walls.
I actually around Santa Monica and Wilton saw somebody getting a haircut in a barber chair on the sidewalk
Yeah, I
yesterday.
see it everywhere. You know what? You know what's not closed? The fucking porn industry.
Yeah, I know.
People are fucking
I know.
and making out and swapping stuff on camera.
I went to
And
dinner the
and
other
that's
night.
And that's fine?
But you're not allowed to to give somebody a facial
A
in a
one-on-one
room
treatment
indoors? But you
where
think,
I wear a mask.
do you
Now,
think that
what-
the porn stars are fucking in the street? No, they're in a fucking house with
Right.
walls and a ceiling and air
but-
conditioning.
and they even told me that in between takes and shit, like they got to wear a mask. But as soon as it's time
Stop.
to shoot and put a cock in an ass or something, mask can come off.
Like,
But if
the
you're done,
masks are
if
gonna
you're just
protect you.
stroking it
You're
on the
literally
side, put your mask
eating-
on.
Eating ass,
Yeah.
and that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
So-
So no condoms, but you have to wear a mask.
Fuck yeah,
Yep.
dude.
All right.
weird.
So
Welcome to Los Angeles.
Let me ask you this: if they told you Candace will allow you to open, however, you need to have proof and get tested every 72 hours.
That
have a
doesn't even
valid-
make sense because
shit.
it doesn't show up in your system that quickly.
But that's what they're doing in the porn industry. So not only do they have
you
to
have
get
to get-
checked for STDs, they've added the COVID test. So they have to pay like $130 every every like 2 times a week, and come in with updated paperwork for being tested.
That's strange.
I'm a
insane.
COVID survivor, by the way.
Yeah, that's the big
Oh,
thing.
fuck, you
that
better
this is
back
the,
up.
This is the
I
big
have
thing now.
antibodies.
This is
Better
the
put
big
a
talking
fucking
point.
mask on, lady.
So Candace is a survivor
Damn.
of COVID-19.
You
You're
gotta stop.
an official Rona survivor. You're the first we've
Yeah.
had on the show.
We're
Okay,
gonna need
cool.
to make the ribbon pick a color so you can
I
fucking
wanted
start
to
wearing
have
it.
masks that say like already had it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. I
Now,
had
does that
COVID.
make you immune to it? Like you can't catch it again? What does that even mean?
There's still so much unknown about it, but I do have antibodies, which means like
So if
it's
you
very
gave me some of your
unlikely.
blood, then I'd be fucking.
Yeah, they told me that I should donate my plasma.
Fuck yeah. Sell
Yeah,
that
dude.
shit for gold. For gold, not money. Get gold.
Right, got to get the gold. But yeah, so I had it beginning of July, and no symptoms, not one. The only
But didn't
reason
you have 2 tests?
I had 2
And the
tests.
2 tests came up.
Okay, so
during
this
the
is what
time.
happened.
This is very interesting.
Very interesting. So the first test I took right after, like a couple days after knowing I was exposed. Okay, it was on a
Wait,
Monday.
how did you know you were exposed?
Because somebody that I work very closely with had symptoms and was sick.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
And I was like, shit,
So you're a
we're
little bit
around each other
nervous.
quite a bit.
Right.
So I went to get tested on a Monday. All right. They told me you'll get your results back in 72 hours. I wasn't getting them back, and I was actually supposed to go back to Boston. So I was like, I should get tested again just to make sure, because I don't want to fly and then all of a sudden become sick. Whatever. I'm responsible.
Yeah, don't infect good people. Just get rid of people in LA.
Exactly. So I tested again on a Thursday no. I think it was a Friday. Got tested again on a Friday because my flight was going to be Saturday morning, and I did like the rapid one so I could find out instantly. And at midnight on that Friday, I get the call saying you're positive. Still hadn't gotten the results from Monday. All
Did you
right.
shit a little bit?
So so the results, you got an immediate test result that said you were positive, but still didn't get the long.
Yes, the one that I should have received in 72 hours. And the doctor's office said we're bombarded with tests.
Okay.
The system's bogged down.
Got it, okay.
We'll reach out
You'll
to you
be
when we
fine.
know.
So you tested
Yeah, exactly.
positive
So when
to the instantaneous test.
yes.
Okay.
So,
I'm just being very clear because I want everyone to hear this.
Right.
Yeah.
So, when I got the message, it said you tested positive. I was kind of like, all right, shit, because I knew my friend had been sick, and I'm like, oh, I don't do well with fevers. Like I hallucinate, and it's scary. So I was kind of nervous, and I texted the doctor, and I'm like, what do I do if I don't have symptoms? What do I do? And he was like, hydrate, just do what you do. You're a healthy person. If anything comes up, text me, basically. And he said that I only had to quarantine for 10 days if I had no symptoms. So I had no symptoms. I did my little quarantine. Literally not one symptom. I took my temperature every day, 97.7. It never went to 98 even. So running low. My oxygen was at 99 the whole time. So completely normal. I was working out. I was doing like normal me, except not leaving my house. So I had no symptoms.
So you had to wait 10 days, then get tested again. You got tested again and came back negative.
So right now, and my business partner is a doctor, so we talk a lot about this stuff. Right now, the standard isn't really to get tested again because apparently how the swabs work is it amplifies the DNA in your system, so little things will show up if you were exposed. So people, even if they no longer are really sick, can continue to test positive for
great.
months, and
they've
people
been
continue to
they've
test.
been saying this, like you could have been sick and not, like you could have been sick in January.
I'm convinced that I had it like right before this whole thing popped off. Like me and my chick both kind of got
Yeah, my
weird,
my
and
drummer
then
got
it's been fine.
hospitalized for pneumonia, and I got the flu in Milan when this
You
whole
told
thing
me
was
that.
happening. So, but I'm not like, oh, I'm pretty sure I had it. Like, yeah.
Well, you can get tested for antibodies, so that's what I did. I went and had the antibody test, and they said yes, you have the antibodies. So it's pretty much confirmed that
But
I did
the
have
long test came up negative.
it. Yes.
So what does that mean? That means on a Monday when you got tested, you didn't have it, and then it developed by Thursday.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
you hadn't had contact with the infected person?
But I think how viruses work, and I'm not a specialist in this, but I think that it takes time to.
There wasn't an abundance of replication of the actual.
Yes.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
it
Yes.
could have happened, but anyway, so I found out like 12 days later that the first test was negative. So this whole time I was like, I want to know if I was positive during the first test because that'll let me know how long I really have to quarantine.
Oh, so
when I found out, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I don't even think you really had it then. If the rapid came through, that's like, in treatment, they give you the rapid drug test. You pop hot for weed, and you're like, dude, I didn't smoke weed. And they send it into the lab to get done. And then 3 days later, they go, it turns out it wasn't fucking, it's negative. We're not kicking you out.
Sometimes you can test positive for heroin if you had like a poppy seed bagel.
Yeah.
If you've eaten poppy
Really?
seeds, because there's the whatever's in the
Opioid
poppies.
or
Is,
something.
yeah.
So getting back to what Tommy was
Okay.
saying about girls that say my boyfriend's a fucking slob and doesn't take care of his skin and it's getting tough to fuck him. I need your assistance, LA facialist. What do you recommend Chad
Well-
does?
And why is it important for Chad
For Chad?
to take care of his face?
Yeah.
Because your girl doesn't want you to look like shit. Like
Right.
she's hopefully taking care of herself. So you got to keep up. Men age better. Let's just be honest. So you guys have that in your favor, but it's not an
Sure do.
excuse to not
I
take
don't
care of
know.
yourself.
Yeah. Do we age better?
Yeah, we
Yes.
fucking do, dude.
You guys have thicker skin, which is better like long term for like wrinkles and things like that. Like with thinner skin, you see more laxity. So yeah, I think men definitely age better. So you have that in your favor. But for when a woman wants to have her man like kind of start to take care of himself, I'm like, bring him in for a treatment because once you feel how good it feels, like guys just want to feel good. So they're like, all right, when can I come
Yeah,
back?
we're simple creatures.
Yeah, it's like a massage.
Yeah.
You liked
know?
it, right?
Yeah, it's great.
Touch
I
my
love it.
dick and my erogenous zones and just whatever you want to do. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
and my-
staying-
Let's do
we're
all of
staying
that.
from here up.
Yeah, and if you're like us and you like to date people that torture you, it's nice for somebody to be nice to you.
Yeah.
You're like, why
Yeah.
are you gonna keep getting?
I want to
facials?
watch
I'm
The
like,
Notebook. All right, just touch one of my erogenous zones and we're in,
The Notebook.
So, I had a friend, and he was like, "Hey, I got a new lady working at my thing, and go do a facial, and you just get a tip her and everything, and same thing." And I went, and it was great, but I didn't like after go, "Oh my god, my skin's glowing." I noticed because I get kind of like the blackheads around the nose thing, and I noticed that
I wonder if that's a gym thing.
it cleaned up. Yeah, I don't know.
They're
like
called
it,
sebaceous
I get it
filaments.
really.
I can tell they're not blackheads. I can
Sebaceous
tell.
filaments.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's
Sounds
the
like
action
a
of the
death
pore.
metal band.
Yeah,
Let's
like
start
it's not
one.
song is
like it's
called
not
Sebaceous
bogus.
Filaments.
Like I see those people that have where you want to literally walk up and go, dude, how have you not let that
Oh,
out? That thing,
yeah.
that's a can you got in there. That thing's gonna come out like a fucking like
yeah.
a bullet.
Dude,
You
you
know.
do not know the stuff that I have extracted from people.
What's worse, face or back? Where have you pulled the
The
grossest
back,
thing from?
the back. Like
huh?
they can. I've had somebody come to me and they're like, "I have a tumor," and I'm like, "Bro, that is a blackhead that has been
How does
there
somebody
since the
let?
Reagan
How
administration."
how does somebody
Look,
not feel that or let that get to that
But they
point
think
without
it's like-
squeezing it?
They think it's like a tumor or a cyst or something, so they don't even think it's skin related. And then they come and I'm telling you, like you are pushing. You barely have to put pressure on it because it's ready to
Oh,
erupt.
man.
I've
And
seen
it's
I've
thick.
The
seen those
pimple popper
videos.
shit,
Yeah, yeah,
dude.
and I'm like, "Ooh," like
I've
You know
had
what's
to
the
eat- and they
worst?
smell
And I
What? Like what?
Like feet.
like feet and pot roast.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross.
Dude, you know what? You know
Why
what?
do you
Not
even
you
know
know
what those two things smell
you know
like?
what? Not to look up that you will
What?
is bot fly removal.
No, I've seen
Wait,
that.
what's that?
A
The
bot fly
bugs
is
in
a
fucking like Australia.
No,
and it's a fly.
It's I'm sorry, it's in South America. I know all about this. I'm like I love these things. They're
but
great.
they
The
lay
larva
an egg or
bury-
whatever,
yeah,
and
they
it
go under your
drills
skin.
into you, and when they
Stop.
pull it, like, it's
I could
so
cry.
bad.
You don't
That's
act so when you
disgusting.
pull they have hooks.
Yeah.
So the best way to get rid of it, anybody who's listening, if you have a bot fly, is to leave a piece of warm steak over the thing overnight. Or like just hang out. The bot fly needs to breathe oxygen.
Right.
So it burrows itself to the top of your skin to breathe, and when it hits the meat, it just keeps thinking it needs to chew its way up. And then once it's on the other side, you throw the steak. and done. Don't have to go to the hospital.
But they're
Don't do
just,
anything.
it's disgusting. But
Never
real
looked
that's
into that.
that's one of those wormhole things where you start at the pimple pop, and next thing you know, you're watching fucking bot fly removal out of someone's ear canal, and you're like, what the
Ear
fuck?
canal.
Oh, dude, I've seen spider ones where like
Oh, yeah, I don't
a
want
thing
that.
bursts
I don't
and a
wanna
bunch
think
of little
about that.
baby spider. Like, oh my god.
Yeah,
So-
that's a problem.
Jesus.
Okay, one thing that I seen that you put is that now the reality is that as most men, it's a bar of soap, or like I was telling you, I mean, I literally put the body wash on the thing, and I pay more attention to my beard than I do my skin. I put the body wash shit on, but I'll use a little conditioner, a little something for the fucking facial here. But as a guy, if you told me I got to get out of the shower and here's 6 different things I need to do, you lost me at 2.
Yeah.
So you recommended that most guys use like 2 to 4, 1 being SPF, and I think it was SPF, eye cream,
And a cleanser.
a cleanser. Yeah.
If you can do 3 things for yourself, those are
Right.
it.
So the cleanser that's like the shit that really dries your skin out. The clean.
Well, no, we don't want to dry it out.
When are you doing the cleanser? Before a shower or after?
Or in the shower.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, make
So
it
the
simple.
cleanser is the
what you're
soap part,
washing. It's
yeah.
the soap.
Well, let
Let's
me
just-
ask you
all
this:
right, everybody.
is there a
The
difference
soap part.
between, let's say, like, because I'll take the, okay, so you give me this cleanser.
Yeah.
Does that mean, so do I just wash my head and my beard with the poofy thing and body wash,
Please
and
don't
then
use a poofy.
and then when I get to my face, just use the cleanser?
Yes.
Wait,
You-
why can't you use
Yeah,
a
what's wrong with
poopy
the
on
poof?
the body?
I thought that was
Because
the thing.
they harbor so much bacteria.
Ugh.
It's disgusting. Just
What do
use
you
your
use?
hands.
No,
Your
that's my
hands.
favorite
Yeah, but you don't
thing.
get a scrub with
What
the
about the
hand.
scrubby
Then,
gloves?
nah, dude.
That's
Use a
bogus.
washcloth.
What do you mean you could put
Go
them
to
in a
Target,
washing machine?
buy a 12-pack of washcloths for $3 and use a new
throw
one
'em
every
away?
day. Well,
Really?
yeah, throw them away once they're gross, but like wash them, throw them in the hamper, use a new one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't use the loofahs.
Wait, what
they're-
about
they're bad.
scrubby gloves? You could put those in the washing machine.
Fine, but are you gonna?
There's such those are cool for like 2 days, and you go, fucking Christ, I gotta put these goddamn. And you're in the
You're so
shop,
lazy.
babe. Can you get me a? Hold on, I got my gloves on.
I'm like, I put them on my rider. They're like when I show up backstage, I'm like, new scrubby gloves.
Yeah,
You
I
must
mean,
be
yeah,
very
I
exfoliated,
dig them
very
for a
soft.
minute, but yeah, okay,
Well,
that
I
makes
shave-
sense
I
then.
shave my chest and stuff, so it's like I gotta make sure that it's like, I don't like want. I'm like, I can't stand being.
You hit
hairy.
it with a bic.
Oh yeah, or I'll
See,
nair it.
Yeah, I'm. Oh Jesus.
Really?
I
That
can't.
sounds horrible.
Dude,
I
I'll
know,
tell
it's
you.
brutal.
So I got my chest and my back waxed
How was
also.
that?
Awful.
I
It
did
was
that
the
once.
worst decision I ever made in my life, mainly because
did it
I already
bleed?
no,
Oh,
but I
mine bled.
sweat like a fucking hyena, and that made it 10 times worse. I was soaking wet all the time, and it just feels weird. It's like, what is, but so I just use like the body buzzer because I get the hairy wings now. I'm 40, like shit's getting weird with hair. Not to go on my fucking head, but
Take
my
these
ears
broken
and yeah,
wings
exactly.
and learn to shave again.
Fucking. So, Jesus. So you're out of work
Yeah.
because of Newsom. So, okay. And this is what we've talked about on the show is like, it's not the strong that survive. It's not the smart that survive. It's the ones that are willing to adapt to change. And you've done so.
I had to pivot.
So what'd
I'm
you
a
do?
brick and mortar. I see people. I treat people for a living, and I can't
How are
do
you
that.
paying the rent there? Are you getting a business thing to cover overhead of keeping your brick and mortar?
You know what? I'm in a very good situation right now where I'm building a new office with my business partner. So it's kind of a blessing in disguise because the new office isn't completely ready yet, and I've been in a temporary space.
But has work continued on the new place? Are those guys still
no,
allowed
it's,
to work?
It's going. So they're
Okay.
yeah.
So the construction workers are allowed
Mm-hmm.
to be inside of the building with all the walls.
They're
working.
always wearing their mask. I guarantee you.
Sure.
always.
Sure.
They don't smoke cigarettes or anything.
Nope. But yeah, I can't work in walls.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, I had to adapt. I transferred my business to completely online, so I do virtual consults. So people will have like a little Zoom or a FaceTime.
Now, there is no way to do a virtual facial, correct?
Actually, there is.
Is there?
Yeah,
How
so-
do you do that?
So we can package up all of the like steps of the facial, send it to you, and then we go over it, and I do it with you.
You could do, like, you know how...
like online training for
Well,
your face.
exactly.
What I was going to
Whoa.
recommend, because I'm an entrepreneur, is you know how the porn stars make things of their privates? You could make ones of your hands and send them to the clients, and then boom, it's like
and it
you're
would be
there with
made out
them.
of soap, and you'd
Yeah.
be like using the cleanser. That's
little
your
I'm
massaging
using the
thing.
fucking
Yeah.
Candace hands.
That's not a bad idea.
Boom, the
right.
Candace hands.
See
I
that?
want 20%.
All right,
All right.
that's amazing.
So,
People would use us for other
Fucking
things.
right,
yeah,
dude.
they're like, oh, I got
Well, it's
my
like we talked
Candace hand
about.
stuck in my ass.
It's like we
you know?
talked about. We talked about. We
if you
talked
work-
about karma with the feet ones. It would be the same shit. You
Oh
know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, just hands.
Is that what you're into? Like
Mr.
molds
Hands.
of body parts?
No.
No, we had another guest and we were talking about molds of body parts.
I prefer
Yeah,
real human
Yeah.
touch. I'm into flesh.
All right.
You know, I
good.
guess you could call me someone into flesh.
Yeah. You're you flesh. You're a fleshist.
Okay, so had to adapt. Started the online stuff, and you have the what's the cleanse thing?
The triple cleanse.
Triple cleanse,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my method.
Okay.
So, in my industry, double cleansing is the standard for people. Like at the end of the day, to remove their makeup for women, to remove their makeup and then make sure you're actually cleansing the skin. Because if you just do one cleanse like over makeup, it's just moving the makeup around. You're not really getting clean. So,
Are the makeup wipes useful?
no. Those
That's
are
bad,
so
too.
How bad is it to wear makeup all the time? Like wearing makeup at the gym.
Oh my God. When I see
Nerd.
that, I'm like, I want to smack them. Like, why? You're working out. Like, you don't have to be hot 24/7.
What if
like,
somebody sees me? What if I get my big break?
I'll tell you what though. A lot of like
Is that what it is?
Equinox,
though?
West Hollywood.
I don't
fucking
know
trash gym.
what you got going on, but
I used
I've
to go there. I
seen
can't talk shit.
I've seen your videos that you do
Mm-hmm.
flawless, right? So obviously that's not what we're working with.
Yeah, no, I have
right now,
makeup
right?
on. Yeah.
Okay, but the difference is when I look at you, I go like, okay, you did makeup. A
Right.
lot of girls, it's like, who the fuck did you
like
not check with anyone before you left? Because
Looks like
I
you
can
put it on with a
completely
shotgun.
see that you have a face on.
Yeah, a
and
new face
what does
on
it
an
look
old
like
face.
on underneath that? So I feel like. Why are they missing the class on how to blend? Like it's orange and then your neck's fucking white, or you know what I mean? So many people do their makeup, and I go like, at what part was she like? Yep, nailed it.
Yeah, I don't.
Nah, you didn't fucking nail it, dude. And you don't have a friend that told you that?
Don't you just want to see a girl and go like this?
Listen, my girl doesn't really do much. She'll have maybe like what
But
you
I
got going
think
on.
sometimes girls don't tell their other girlfriends that their makeup is bad because they're like whatever, fuck this
Let's
bitch.
watch
Yeah,
it. Just sing.
yeah.
Like
Because I feel like
you
going
look
out
so good,
and it's hot like so many times. I'm like, aren't you running the risk of all that just dripping off? Like, did you check the fucking labels? Because it's hot and you have a lot of shit going on right now.
Do women put a lot of makeup on for men or for other women or for themselves?
That's a good
I
question.
think, I mean, you guys can tell me what you think, but I think most men prefer a more natural look, and I think women do it as
100%.
like a security blanket.
Yeah.
I don't know though. Like I see girls out in LA, and I'm like, you are not on Instagram right now. You are in real life. It does not convey the same as it does in a photo that you photoshopped and filtered and then put up on Instagram.
Right.
You know, like they're walking around contoured. I'm like, you look like a fucking drag queen, which we love drag queens, but like not for you.
Right.
But drag queens that's a whole cultural vibe.
Right. But like
You're
if
trying to change your genetic like
Right.
appearance because for you know what I mean, to look like what your idea of what
Yeah.
a woman is.
But it's a caricature too.
Yeah,
it's
yeah, and
very
it's
over the
it's
top.
very yeah.
But if I came in and I'm like fucking contoured and
We
like
need to get
brows
RuPaul
drawn-
in here. I wanna
with the
talk to Ru.
You got the wings and all
yeah,
the
the
shit.
whole thing. It's a lot.
But I feel like also too, when you have too much makeup on, it's sitting on the little hairs, it's sitting on the blemishes, and it's just on top of it. And actually, I can see it more now because
Yeah.
it doesn't line up with the rest of the program.
Right.
So if you just left it, it would just be like, oh, there's your regular skin, and you got a fucking thing going on. Cool, let's move on. But you are illuminating it for my eyes because I'm one of those. I take everyone in and I start to notice things, and I try not to bring it up because I'm not trying to, people have insecurities, whatever the fuck it is, and they, whatever. But I can't help but pick up on those
What'd
kind
you
of
pick
things.
up on my face?
The scar on your lip.
Oh, really? Man,
Do you wanna talk about that story?
Yeah, I got fucking mauled by a dog.
I knew it. I
Did
fucking
you?
knew it was going to be a dog story. I
is a
swear to
good-
God, I almost said that,
It's
but
a
I was
good
like, I
one.
don't want to make you feel
I already know this one. Go
weird
for it.
about it. But let's hear it.
All right, so it happened in Boston. Guess what
Fucking
kind of
Boston.
dog?
Pitbull.
No, Boston Terrier.
Holla.
Boston Terrier. in
Damn,
Boston.
could this story, you can't make this up.
I know.
Okay.
So I was visiting a friend's salon, and this woman was there, and she was like, "Can you hold my dog while I go to the bathroom?" I'm like, "Sure, I love dogs." Playing with it, we're all friendly, and I don't know what happened because I feel like I'm a good dog person. Like dogs usually vibe with me. I don't know if there was a noise. I can't remember what triggered the dog, but it snapped obviously, and it ripped my lip off completely. So,
How old were you?
25. Yeah.
So crazy.
So I
a
felt
little Boston Terrier.
thought he was a little cutie.
I'll tell
and-
you what, I know more I dated a girl out here and a little dog like that, same thing, playing with it, and bit her nose so hard, and she had to get stitches across the thing. And it's like, let me ask you a serious question on, you know, a vulnerable level.
Yeah.
How long and still does it bother you? Do you feel like...
I don't even notice it until people remind me that they see it. I kind of like it. It's
Was
fine.
there a time, like when it first happened, that you were like, oh
course.
my God, and...
Yeah, so the whole thing came off, right? So I felt the dog hit my face, and I'm like, shit, like,
Oh my God.
did I get bit? I looked at my friend, I'm like, am I bleeding? And like, blood literally sprayed out of my face.
Yeah,
it was like
yeah.
Carrie.
Because your face bleeds
It's
so
so
much.
vascular,
So many
right?
nerves and shit.
So I run to the bathroom and I'm holding my hands over my face, and there's blood all over me. And I'm like, all right, shit, this is bad. So I prepare myself to see what it looks like. I take my hands down, and it's just my teeth. No fucking lip from here to here.
Oh,
so I run back out to where it happened, and there it is sitting on the ground. So I pick it up, put it in a cup. They're like, we're going to call 911. I'm like, I'm not going in an ambulance. Like, I was on Newberry Street. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. I'm like,
We lost the engineer. He's throwing up right now.
oh no, sorry. I know it was bad. I have pictures. You want to see?
Did you really? That's
So
fucking amazing.
I go to the
You
hospital.
this could have ended with that on a necklace if you weren't careful.
Oh, I
Just
know.
a piece of
Yeah.
lip
I
hanging.
know.
Just
For-
like,
You know?
So go to the hospital.
Silence of
They
the lambs.
reattach it. They lined it up really nicely. But when you have like a body part like not attached for a long time, it loses. Are we okay?
yeah,
you're
it loses
Is
what?
he really throwing up?
No,
No, no,
we're
no,
just
no.
getting the time.
This time.
Okay, so it loses the blood supply. So they reconnected it, and it looked good and everything. And then they determined like a week later it was completely necrotic. I mean, it was black. They cut it all off, and I had nothing there for like 6 weeks. So it slowly.
But how
grew
is it
back
only
together.
one
Oh, it
side,
just
though?
grew
Wh-
back?
How did
Well,
they...
it like fused back together.
How did they... how come there's only a scar on one side,
Because
though?
it was just from here to here that was ripped off.
Right, but then how did they get that side back on?
This side?
Yeah, okay. If it was off completely, you
This
can't
whole
just do
piece
one...
was off.
Right. Oh.
So it was like a puzzle. So they just like zhuzhed it back on.
What they do? They zhuzhed it?
They zhuzhed it.
Okay.
But then they had to take it off a week later, and that's when I was bummed because like the whole time I was like, it's just a scab, it's fine, it's gonna heal. And then when the doctor was like, yo, like we got to take this off, I was like, all right, well, what's the next step? And he was like, we just got to see.
So it just grew. It regenerated
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's how the body... Fucking
But it-
body's
Yeah,
amazing,
crazy.
dude.
Yeah, the body
Wow.
wants to heal.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
had me scrub it with a wire sponge 3 times a day
that's
because you want to make it purge. You want to make it bleed so that you're stimulating that blood supply for it to regrow.
I'm
so
blown away by this.
it's nuts. So it took a while. I mean, when it first came back together, my mouth was really distorted looking, but I like was massaging it and doing all the things that I do, and it's.
Do you own those lips?
Oh.
Are they mine? Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so
I get filler on this side because otherwise it's really flat.
Right,
Yeah. So they have. I do, but for the most part, they're mine.
You know what's crazy is like things like that where I feel like, again, I'm a very perceptive human being, and like sometimes I'll date a chick and I'm like, her ankles are weird, I can't do it. But then there's other times where there's things like that, like
weird
my
ankles.
yeah, like
What does that
they're like
mean?
it's all the same length as
I'm
the
not.
thigh.
I am just so not. I'm
Like,
not
why
like that
doesn't
at
it?
all.
Why doesn't it go down? It's like it's the whole way down.
Like
You look
ankles?
like a
I
fuck,
am not.
yeah, like a
A
hobbit.
cankle, yeah.
Like
Dude,
it's just
I am
knee
not-
and then a straight peg.
What is that?
So
what does that
weird.
stem from?
I
I'm
fucking
not
I don't
like
know.
that.
but-
Like some of my friends, are like, oh, she's got like a weird toe, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yo,
Dude,
bro.
I get so
that's so-
fixated on weird shit, but then there's things like that
Yeah.
would to me doesn't like my girl has one of those like the Jewel, like the crooked tooth, like
Uh-huh.
the singer Jewel.
That's cute.
And I love it. Like it's so
character.
she hates it and like I want to get it fixed. I'm like, don't you fucking touch that. You know, that's your British little fucking wonky tooth. I love it. So it's like this is weird things like that I think give a little bit of character or that are different. And then there's other things where I'm like, I don't know what's up with your fucking weird ears. I can't
I
do
don't
it.
think
Past
it's
it.
that. I think honestly,
My
listening
trauma?
to this, no, I think that it's like how you vibe with somebody. You'll like if you're really into somebody.
You'll let some shit slide.
No. You actually like it. Like you like the thing because
makes them unique.
it's part of their identity.
Right.
But if you're like not into them, you're looking
It's a
for
reason.
external
Yeah,
reasons to
yeah.
be like,
See ya.
Yeah. It might be. It's just
Hit
like,
him with the Heisman. I'm out.
yeah, but sometimes it's a genetic, like dating is mating, and it's like there are genetic things that go on, like subconsciously. There's things going on constantly whenever you're having a conversation, and so that stuff seeps in, and you might not cognitively know if it's been a yes or a no. Like women are different. You guys know if you're gonna sleep with somebody within the first 5 minutes. You already know. They're like,
Yeah.
But we're not built like that. We're like, I don't know.
I think
women
for
are
me,
more
it's the first
forgiving.
2 minutes.
Women are more forgiving.
Yeah, like
Oh, you as far as appearance and shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if somebody
100%.
can
Yeah, but that's because guys are busted.
Because I see
Like
hot
God
girls
bless
and I'm
the gays, but like
I
dudes
see-
are not good looking
I
at
see-
all.
I
And then
see-
dicks and
yeah.
balls and what the
I
fuck's
see like
going
this
on
hot
over
chick
there?
with this slob, and I'm like, you let this animal crawl on top of you? That's
Dude,
insane.
you literally you said you weren't gonna talk shit about me. You know what I mean?
So, do you find it hard? Let's say you're dating someone. Do you find it hard to like? Because sometimes, like what I do for work and stuff, it's like I try to not make it my job to assess and talk about trauma and shit like that. Because that's I work with trauma. So, do you find it hard that if you're dating men or women, whichever, that you want to kind of immediately like, so what's your skincare regimen? Or hey, you know, a cleanse
I
would
want to
help.
talk to
like-
you about it too. Like
right.
everybody that I come in contact with, like I want to help them if
Because
they're
you're
open to
passionate about it,
Yeah, I
right?
love it. I love skin. I'm like fucking.
Now, what if I'm like, I don't care, honey, I'm fucking using my Old Spice and that's it. Leave me alone. That's the end of it. I don't want to hear about this goddamn facial cleanse. It's kind of sound like a grandfather or a dad,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
nonetheless.
What do you just do a facial while they're sleeping?
No, I've never
Sneak in.
encountered that. Like everybody that is in my life, like wants me to touch them and do a facial. Like it feels good, and I'm good
Yeah.
at it. So like guys love that shit. They're
So
like, please do
is it just face and back?
I mean,
Or is there, I mean, that's the only places that are really getting gross, right? Which is
we
weird
do
to
butt
me, too.
facials. The gays love a butt facial.
Wait.
Oh, damn. The gays. huh?
What is a butt?
It's the same thing. We like cleanse and exfoliate, make sure that
Hmm.
like before Pride and before White Party and all the circuit parties, like
Wait,
I don't
what?
even know
books
what
are
What
filled.
party?
the fuck is white party? That sounds
White
racist.
Party. It's not. It's actually a white.
How many
like,
times have you been?
I've been. It's so
What's
fun. It's in
this
Palm Springs.
Why hasn't Tommy been
It's
invited?
a gay circuit party. It's huge. It's in Palm
It's
Springs.
raining, man.
So is it
It
is
is.
it only for gays or is it only for whites?
It's
Gay
you wear
whites.
white.
Oh,
It's like
okay.
P Diddy's white party, but for gay people, and
Oh.
it's like a huge circus. It's super fun, but like
Okay.
we do butt facials
But what is it?
Yeah.
Is it to? Okay, now I
to
don't.
make sure it's like perfect.
So there's no like blemishes because I've seen some
Yeah.
porn and you're like, yo,
That's a thing.
what's up with your butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Why
mean?
is it so pimply?
Yeah.
What
well, you gotta
happened?
think you're sitting on it all day, and
but I'm doing that
friction
too.
from pants and sweat. Like it's. I mean, it's.
To
a
me, I think
part
it's
of
because
life.
Scrubby
there's,
gloves.
There's
I
so
keep
many
telling you
hips.
guys, scrubby
Yeah,
gloves.
scrubby
Yeah,
gloves.
maybe
Wash
they
your
come in
fucking
handy.
ass
Yeah.
with the fucking scrubby gloves. Exfoliate.
Do you this is a thing too. Do you wash your feet in the shower, or you just let the soap that runs down you hit them?
No, I like.
You gotta
Get-
get between the toes.
Listen. I get the spoofer thing and
Yeah,
poof
me
or whatever
too.
the fuck it is.
Gotta get rid of that.
I get everywhere, but I know a lot of people that just wash their body and like whatever soap and shit hits their feet is what hits their
But
feet.
that's
Isn't
why
that
they're
crazy?
okay. But this is well, you're a shoe guy. Everybody knows if you don't take care of your. First of all, I learned this from my dad because he's a Marine. You better take care of your fucking feet, bro. Because if you're in the
Keep your
jungle,
powder dry.
If you're in the jungle, and also you don't want to like as a shoe guy, bro. I'm not spending X amount of dollars on some J's to go to some girl's house
Take
and
'em
be
off.
like, take off your shoes,
Oh my
and then the
God.
shit smells. I'm like, no. Listen, y'all niggas gotta understand this shit on blast. And I'm saying this because I know some people are
On
gonna
Dead
watch
Dogs.
this. Yo, I fired crew members for
stinky
having
feet.
stinky feet.
Yeah,
I broke
that's
up with
gross,
someone
dude.
for that.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's gross.
I remember when I was a kid, we
It's-
came home from the club and this chick took her shoes off and then went to put her feet underneath my leg, and it smelled so fucking bad that I was like, "Are you dead serious
What
right
club
now?"
were you in? What are you?
Who? This was back in Boston,
Boston
1,000 years ago.
Which one?
The Roxy.
Oh,
And
Oh, they used to
we're
have
taking
that
it
in
back
New
to the
York,
Roxy
too.
when I had a T-shirt with sleeves that barely came to here, and it was probably shiny.
wonder
But
if
it
I
was
knew you.
one of the
Shiny
grossest things. I
shirt.
wouldn't doubt it. It was the grossest thing ever. And immediately I go, your vagina smells awful. It's impossible that it doesn't. If that's what your fucking foot care regimen is, that thing is a fucking disaster.
And on that note, I don't know how we're gonna top that one, but this has been the Deviant
Wait, I have
Gentlemen.
to ask you a question.
Shoot.
So you take the loofah and you're washing your feet and your ass and your head and your beard?
Well, it's the same thing when I get out of the shower and I wipe my face and wash off my face, my balls, and hang it up. And then the next day, the balls area might go to my face. It's all clean and it's all mine. What do I give a fuck?
Yeah, but in the shower, the
It's now
loofah's
Tommy's.
Not
I don't
clean,
want to
it's
go
the
to
cleaning device.
I don't want to go to Tommy's house and use his loofah and a towel. No, because
Well,
his
thank
balls
God.
were on it. But
yeah,
like,
that would
you
be
don't
weird.
want other people's
if it's mine,
balls
what do
and
I?
ass.
What do
Yeah,
I?
but the loofah's like you're getting clean, so you're not clean when you're using it. It's getting the dirt and the nasty off and the sweat, and then you're like reusing it all over.
Yeah, I believe me. I get them pretty often. I don't like when it hangs there. Like there was a point where I wouldn't even leave it in the shower. I would have to take it out to let it dry because thinking about it being in there just wet and chilling was like. Ugh. And when
What
they
about
smell,
using somebody else's loofah?
If you
again,
do that,
if it's
you have no respect.
if it's a family,
That's a-
if I go to like a family's house, I don't give a fuck. That's all me.
No, you can only
Balls,
that's,
ass, everything.
no,
Sorry,
you're a piece.
I am.
You're a fucking
I'm
piece.
a fucking
That's a
creep.
fucking piece
that's
of
bad.
shit move.
It
You
is.
can only use the loofah of someone you're sleeping
But like
with.
if I go to
if you're
yeah,
having sex, you're
for
like
sure,
whatever.
for
Like
sure.
I'm using the loofah. Like
but just let's like get rid of them. They're just gross.
All right,
Scrubby
but
gloves,
I
bro.
need. All right, so I think the washcloth thing was a good idea because the whole hands and
I
just
hate
this, I feel like
washcloths.
you can't. I do too.
they fucking, I hate them.
Why?
Cause it's like a fucking. It's a wet wash soapy
it's
washcloth
heavy.
is a bad date. It's a fucking shitty handshake.
Yeah.
It's a fucking. It's a fucking. Yeah. It's like
It
a
is.
stale hot dog bun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just like. It just gives me this face of like.
Gross.
I throw it on the bottom of the shower. Fuck.
That's like that's what
Get
you
the
use at a
fuck outta
hotel
here.
and you wring it out and just huck it in the corner and it just stays there like all fucked off in the
Yeah.
corner.
It's not-
So how important is SPF for everybody?
The most important thing you can do.
That's what I hear all the time.
I don't care what color your skin is. You need to be using it.
everyone needs SPF.
Everyone.
Okay.
And
This is a
people
serious
with darker
question.
skin tones think they don't need
I
it
don't-
because they have more melanin
Yeah.
in their skin.
Can black people get sunburns?
Yes, they can get sunburns.
Like
and they
I
can
mean,
get
like the
skin
really really
cancer.
dark ones. Rashad, can you get a sunburn? Impossible, right?
You might not. You might not.
You
be
guys
able to
can't.
get
You
sunburn.
guys can't see Rashad. This
We just
motherfucker
we
is
checked in
black.
with Snopes and this is fucking
Yeah.
debunked.
But you can get skin cancer, and you know Bob Marley died of melanoma.
Bob Marley was
shit.
killed by the government.
Yeah,
Bob
he
Marley
was.
died of melanoma. Don't start with this shit. It's true.
Don't
He had
start this shit.
melanoma.
I'm just kidding.
And then it like spreads his brain or lungs or something. I can't remember.
So SPF and does it matter if I use 3 or 75?
Yes, it does. So the standard is 30. That's like the magic number for
SPF 30.
Yeah, so
Okay.
30 and up.
But the
is,
more fair skin you have, the
like
more,
I'm
the
see-through.
higher.
Like my ass is wearing like 50, and I reapply if I'm outside at all. Like I don't.
Do
go
you,
in the sun.
you're not a big go to the beach with a bikini and lay in the
no.
sun, right? Fuck that.
No, I would.
God,
I
I
would
feel
fry.
so.
What do
oh
you
my
do?
God.
Have you ever been in
You
the
can,
ocean?
you know, you can inject melanin now.
Yeah, but then it creates problems. Like,
Oh,
you can
tell
get,
us
like,
about that.
blotchiness.
So tell me about this because Australian women all inject melanin. So when you see all these like
What, to, like, be
blonde-haired-
darker?
Yeah, all these
fuck?
blonde-haired, blue-eyed, like super tan chicks. Like my ex used to do it, and like every Australian girl I've ever dated, I'm like, "How are you so tan?" They're like, "Oh, just." And they
I got a
take
friend
little
like
thing-
Rashad,
Yeah,
and I
it's called
fucking
melanotan.
I put a
Yeah.
needle in Rashad, take a little of his shit, and
Yeah, and then when you
Boom.
when you see pictures of them in high school, they look like they like grew up in a Hot Topic. You're like, what the
Right.
fuck is this? I'm like, you went from you
emo goth
you went
see-through
from,
kid.
Yeah, like My Chemical Romance to Nicki Minaj, in, like 4 easy steps. But how
that's
bad is it
fucking
for
madness.
you?
You know, I don't think it's good for you. And admittedly, I did try it one summer.
Wait, can
Okay,
we
how
talk
does it-
about how that even? How do you even do that?
It's an injection, and so
But is it synthetic
activates
or are
your
they
melanin.
or are they
Yeah,
actually?
yeah,
It's synthetic.
It's a synthetic. It's I forgot what exactly it is. What it's classified as the actual. It's not a hormone. It's a
Right, right.
synthetic form of whatever, and it basically you load it for like a week. So that you have to do a heavy load so it gets in your system, and then you tan.
Is
and
it
that
an intramuscular like steroids?
No, it's
in the fat,
subcutaneous.
subcutaneous.
Yeah,
Fuck's
so a
that
little, like right under the
Subcutaneous,
skin.
like-
Oh, like HGH.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So-
Not that I know anything about that shit, but
Yeah,
I saw it.
so-
I read it in a magazine.
Right.
So yeah, and then like you load up, and then you just maintain every couple days,
Yeah.
and it's like the craziest thing I've
The
ever
people
seen.
that I know that use it have horrible skin. It's like blotchy, discolored. It's not even.
Not me.
And their
Really?
main
No.
focus is.
I don't know,
I
fucking-
guess
well-
because they're in Australia.
Because I
They're
think they
happier.
get. I think they get it from India or something.
Okay.
I don't know where they're getting it from, but it's like, I mean, it's crazy.
Really?
I'm like, I was here 2 months ago and you was white, and now
Yeah.
you is black with blue eyes, girl. What the
They're
fuck?
like that. You look like Whoa Vicky all of a sudden. You're like, what the fuck, done?
Like, what
You're
happened
from
here?
rural Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's winter. What the
right.
fuck?
Why are you that tan?
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, no, I don't really participate in sun stuff.
Let me ask you this: how invested do you get in
debating?
debating?
Do you consider that cultural appropriation to actually fake melanin? Because I know you're not on the show. I'm half black. I need some full commentary here. Sorry, we're jumping. I need to know about this. This is a thing.
All right.
Everyone can get
Hold on.
tan. Everyone has a spectrum of like where their skin goes.
I know, but it's
You can answer it.
interesting
Let's
to
hear
me as someone who is black that people are buying blackness.
Well, being a full black guy, as I am, look, if you don't want to be see-through, you don't be see-through. It doesn't really bother me if you want to be a little bit darker. Just, say thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Embrace it.
And
You know
don't
what I mean?
and don't lie.
Yeah, just
Don't say
embrace
you're
it,
something you're not. Yeah.
embrace it, say thank you, and be like, you know what? Being darker, it actually has its benefits.
Mm-hmm.
That's all we ask.
I've been getting pulled over a whole hell of a lot more, but boy, do I look good on Instagram.
People do look better with a tan.
Wait, what? Anyway.
Okay, so how invested do you, because you get a decent following on Instagram, and how invested do you get as far as politics or what's going on right now? Do you voice your opinion on child sex trafficking? Do you voice your opinion on who should be president? Do you make it known whether you're left, right, in the middle, all that stuff? How in depth do you get, and do you feel like you have a voice that matters to be heard?
I don't think I have a voice that matters to be heard. I talk about skin. I think people come to my page to escape the fucking politics and the bullshit. Like, nobody wants to come to my treatment room and lay on my table and have me force feed them my political beliefs.
Except me.
Except you.
Yeah.
And we have fun with that. But it's not my place. I'm not a fucking activist. I never said I was. I don't have to post what I think and feel to like take the target off my back. And I did get attacked because I didn't do enough. And I'm the type of person, I take action. If something's bothering me, I'll donate. I'll do things that, actually create change, but I'm not going to fucking put up a black square and say,
That was my next
I'm an
question.
ally.
You also don't.
My next question was going to be, did you put up a black
You
square
also
on Black
don't have
Square
to
Tuesday?
advertise about it. That's my favorite thing. People are like, you're not doing this. I'm like, yo, I've given away more money to charity than most people will make in 10, 20 years. I'm like, sit down.
Right.
Like, oh, you're not. I'm like, sit.
Right. I found several causes that I felt were aligned with my beliefs that would help underserved Black communities, and that's where I donated my money. But I'm not hashtagging BLM. I'm like, it's not for me, and I don't like to go with the herd. I'm not going to be pressured into something, and I think it was a very hollow gesture to do that. So it wasn't for me.
And I can respect that. And I have more respect for people that actually take an action and do what they got to do. And like to put up a square or to share something that Tommy found and put up to be like, I did my part. I shared one of Tommy Vex's posts.
What's interesting is I think that the Blackout Tuesday, the thing to me that was weird is it landed on the exact date that Hillary Clinton lost her appeal to not have to testify in court, which is coming up September 9th. And it was like this unilateral, like, we're going to just shut everything down today. And I'm like, this is a monumentous story, that we, in 2016 and 2015, it's all that anybody talked about. And then silence.
Sudden,
yeah. So there's a lot of weird things with that. And that's why I kind of put out the marker videos. Like, I don't really like when a social issue that needs to be addressed is hijacked by a political party to make money.
Right.
It like, oh my God, it makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. So anyway, that's all I'm saying.
But what did you expect? Like,
What did I
that's what
expect?
they do. They always fucking cover shit up with big,
Well, I expected that more Americans would be wise to what's going on because it's not an old game. And then people are like, yeah. And I'm like, no, this is not what's like, we're being had.
Well, people lead on emotion. Like, there's a very small population that can look at something and lead with fact and not be like emotionally and like,
it's hard to find. Facts are hard to find now too.
That's true.
It's information is the new form of warfare, and it's like by stripping, or it's actually an oversaturation of things taken out of context and manipulated to present points of views that will affect your emotions. You can't actually just get the facts.
Right.
Like
I mean,
I want to look on the contents of something and be like, what's in here? And you can't even do that anymore.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing of one story being covered by CNN or Fox.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
So
it's
they
two
take what fits
completely
their
different
narrative.
Yeah, I
views,
mean-
and you go, what the fuck? What the hell's
dude,
happening?
they roasted. I mean,
And
dude,
who
they-
doesn't see
they
that and go, this is
dragged
fucking crazy?
Tucker Carlson,
I saw
yesterday
that.
because he said
Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah,
He
Pronounced
mispronounced
her
Kamala
name.
Harris, and then so obviously Tucker fired back, and literally Biden, as he was announcing her, called her Kamala Harris.
How do you really say it?
Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah.
Kamala.
Yeah, so
Sorry.
yeah, so it's just like this is the pettiness of like our media is literally like a 6th grade school of the back and forth nonsense bullshit, and we're just like, yo, like, just report the news,
Right.
Just tell us what's going on. That's your job. You had one job.
Don't fuck it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get out of here, tell me about the tattoo on the inside of your hand.
It's a moth.
Okay. That seems fucking like you'd cut my skin off, but all right.
Right? It's very Silence of the Lambs.
What are the other things? Letters?
Yeah, grateful.
About 8. Oh, grateful.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of fucking dope. I've never seen that. Okay, so why the moth on the palm other than maybe you'd make a fucking skin lamp out of my back?
She does love skin.
I love it.
It puts the lotion
Yeah.
on the skin.
It's a vibe for me. I just wanted a moth, and I was living in Costa Rica, and I was like, fuck it, let's go. I wanted a hand tattoo, palm tattoo.
How bad did it hurt?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I'm surprised it stayed that much,
I've
too.
had it for
Hands
like
tat-
6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then,
How are your fingers faded?
dude, these are like one of the last ones I got, and they look like I've had them since 97.
Yeah, me too. Same
They
thing.
go
They need to
immediately.
all be retouched.
I hold ink really well because
I do too, but the fingers was just a tough sell. Plus, the kid kind of sucked. But I kind of like the look that it doesn't look brand new because also, hey, you're 40. Don't get your fucking hands tattooed at 40. You know, if you didn't already do it, don't fucking do it, nerd.
Well, listen, that's not the culture anymore.
I
I
know.
see kids walking around,
I know.
they just got their neck blasted
Yeah.
and nothing else. You're like,
Yeah.
hey, bro.
I seen there's like
Look
that
sick,
meme. There's that
dude.
meme that goes around that says like a neck tattoo used to say like, "Hey, bad motherfucker." Now it's like, let me read you a poem about my vegan bicycle.
Yeah.
It's fucking amazing. Okay, so my final thing is you work with a lot of celebrities and stuff. What is the vibe as far as Hollywood burning and no more industry? And are people nervous that they're out of work? And are people looking to? I feel like a lot of people in the industry are flocking from here to go to Atlanta because there's work in Atlanta currently.
Yeah.
Same thing in Louisiana, right?
You know, the people that I work with, I feel like they're going to be fine, and I don't get into these discussions with them. I
Oh.
just don't, because
I feel like you kind of can be a therapist to these people where like
Sometimes,
when I
yeah.
went in with mine, I'm like telling her about how I got sober and got from Boston. And like by the end of it, she was like, it's really fucking cool to hear your story and know like what a change and everything. So it's like a Baba or you, like, you know, you are, people come to you and just for,
We're also sober,
just
so
start-
we're used to complaining to the
dumping
bartender.
our shit on
Yeah, you're like,
everybody.
oh, it was 1983. I was 1 year old, and that's when it went wrong.
I hear a lot of people's shit, but mostly with like celebrities, they're private anyways. So unless we're very close,
it's just
they're not-
surface level shit.
Yeah.
So you personally, do you feel like, are you scared to stay in LA right now? Or are you like fucking, it's all
Yeah,
good?
you literally lived in the riots.
Dude, what I saw from
Where-
my
are
balcony,
you, like,
I'm,
Melrose
off
area?
Melrose
Yeah.
Place.
Yeah, I'm not too far from. I'm
Okay.
down at like Wilshire and Wilton, so
So I'm near where like the Vivian Westwood and all of like the luxury stores are, that end. And what I saw was
You get any
fucking
bags?
so organized. No, I didn't, because I'm not a fucking looter.
That's right.
I work hard so I can buy my own shit.
That's right.
Like, why would I? That's what pissed me
and you said it
off.
was very organized.
Oh, it was so organized. There was a Rolls Royce and a Bentley sitting in front of my house, and people would come with like storage containers full of the bags and all the shit they stole, load it up, get in the car would go back to the stores, drop them off, and it was going on all night. I watched that. And I'm not making this shit up. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you guys are you're so upset about George Floyd, but going to get all of this material bullshit is making you feel better. Like, what?
Yeah, it's
No,
like
it's-
a fucking.
it
It's
was-
a
it's a-
4-year-old kid that goes, "Ha ha!
Well,
I'm gonna
it's
draw
a-
on the wall with
it's
a fucking crayon."
Listen, look, I used to be a fucking criminal. It's a free for all. You see an opportunity,
And
then if you're actually like, if you're,
But
if
I
you
feel
have
like
an
it's-
enterprising
But I feel
mentality,
like it's such a
you can
it's
capitalize
such a
on crime.
it's such a coward way to do crime though. Like
Yeah, of
I used to
course.
do it like
But that's
we're
the
going
thing,
to
we're
do it
from
and
a
we could
different
get
time.
caught.
Right.
Not
But
like,
we're-
oh fuck, sweet, we just get to take
It
this.
just shows like human greed. Like I just felt
Well,
so
look at what
gross.
But this is the thing too. It's on two ends of the spectrum. It's like I look at that and I'm like, wow, look how badly consumerism has indoctrinated people to believe that if they have these things that are overpriced pieces of shit, that they're
They have
more
value.
of a person
Right.
and they have more value in America. And I'm like, this is more of a crime that you've been so brainwashed at the level that this is what's going on, compared to, other shit that's happened, Also, I just got the, oh man, the George Floyd's autopsy came out.
Oh Jesus, dude, we get there's.
I know
This
it said
isn't
he
the,
he died of a drug overdose. He did not die from.
regardless, the guy shouldn't have fucking.
No, but I
neck.
think it's
the neck.
crazy.
But
I
now
think it's so
this
crazy.
guy, I think this
Oh,
guy
yeah.
isn't going to get charged with
well,
murder
that's
now.
no, they're not going to charge him with murder, and that's going to be the next riot.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna.
feel like we have more riots coming. So
No,
yeah,
they're
being in
planned.
LA is fucking.
No, you should get
scary.
out of
But-
LA. I have
Montana.
Well, I have a couple safe houses, so
All right.
I got you.
All right.
'Cause
Make
I
sure-
can't
make
go to
sure
all
I
of them.
get those fucking addresses. Jesus Christ,
Yeah, where do you want to go? West or north?
dude, I don't care.
Just put,
Somewhere that's cool.
put your girl in the truck. I'll take care of it.
All right, sick.
I'm sending everybody away,
Candace,
dude.
maybe we'll
I'm
be
like,
neighbors, and then you can do my fucking skin during the
Absolutely.
riots. All right,
Love
sick.
to.
All right.
riot skin.
Thank you, Candace. Where can the people find you?
The LA Facialist on Instagram and the LAFacialist.com.
Boom. There it is.
Excellent products. I came from Miami
Yeah.
with horrible
Fucking
skin.
kid's
It's all
glowing right now.
It's all like,
Gorgeous.
yeah. I got one.
Glowing.
I got a little something
Little
from
zinger.
Little
Yeah,
sleeper.
I was
You
in
know?
a video shoot yesterday,
We can't all be
sweating under
perfect,
hot
Tommy.
lights. What? I'm not perfect.
You can
Yes,
find
we
me.
can. Yes, we
you can
can.
find me on Instagram at Shane.Vitko. You can find Tommy at Tommy Vext. Our Instagram is at Deviant Gentlemen.
Just don't at me
Facebook is don't at me
unless you're nasty.
Unless you're nasty,
Don't
yeah.
at me unless you're nasty.
Facebook is Deviant Gentlemen. You can find us on YouTube and any listening platform. Deviant.
Grinder.
Shout out
I had a
Deviant
Grindr
Gentlemen
once.
podcast.
Yeah, did you?
Post-op princess.
Oh,
I was actually trying to fuck with one of my neighbors.
Jesus Christ, that's a whole other episode.
I know what.
Listen, you can find
Post-op
us.
princess.
Oh, yeah.
You can find us on YouTube and all listening platforms. Deviant Gentlemen podcast. You have to type it all out because for some
are
reason our
shadow
shit does
banned.
not come up.
Some reason.
Thank you guys for tuning in.
Buy gold, get hydroxychloroquine and zinc.
Yeah. Be kind to one another and fucking take care of your skin. You heard it here first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Get rid of the loofah.
Yeah.
No loofahs.
No
All right.
loafers.
Bye, guys.